Okay, we are live for the craft along. I'm going to hop over to Instagram and make sure we're live over there. It's taking its dear sweet time to update today. And there we go. We are, wait, did it go? Are we live? Yes. Sometimes I really be worrying about that, but we are officially live. It is May Craft Along Day. I love the Craft Along, one of my favorite days of the month. This and the dollar deal, probably my favorite days of the month. But if you are, hi Delvine! If you're unfamiliar with the Craft Along, this is part of our Design Bundles Besties group on Facebook. So if you're not a part of the Design Bundles Besties group on Facebook, go ahead and join because every month we release a file that you guys get to vote on for free, and then we craft it together. We've been trying to do like a theme every month too, which is pretty cool. And today is all about vinyl layering. So if you're kind of like a beginner crafter, or even if you just want to layer up your vinyl layering skills, we're doing that today. Hi, everybody. Hi to everyone who's hopping on. We are going to be crafting this cute little monster file today. Let me show it to you. And also, before we like jump straight into the crafting, I want to show you Digital Gems page, sale shop page on Design Bundles, because she has some really cute stuff. And I kind of got lost in the sauce, like scrolling through all of her things. So I want to talk about that for a minute too. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody hopping on. Hi to all of our Instagram DB besties that are also hopping on right now. Okay, I'll show you the one that we're doing today. Let me share my screen really quickly with you. It is so windy outside. I keep like looking out my window. I don't know what the weather is for everyone on here today, but in Middle Tennessee, we are getting storms today and it is looking dark. I'm looking out my window, watching like this big old dark cloud come in. Emily, so exciting. Emily ordered her first DTF sheet. If you don't know, we do have DTF now. It's under dtfprinter.com. So if you want to go check that out, I highly recommend it. It is a game changer for crafting. So you don't have to have a cutting machine, no more weeding vinyl, no more layering vinyl. You just upload your design, they mail it to you on a gang sheet, and you literally just press it on and go. It really is that easy. You can even use just like a regular iron with it, which is so cool. Okay, let me share my screen with you guys really quick. So this is Digital Gems. These are her files on Design Bundles. They are so cute. This is the one we're working with today. This little Halloween monster guy. So cute. This is all the layers that we're going to be playing with today. We're going to layer it as like a vinyl decal, but I was being a silly goose and I forgot that we were doing vinyl. And so I definitely cut it in paper first. So I'll probably layer the paper one too while we're on today. Okay, so this is, let me show you some of Digital Gems because she has so many also. Look, she has 2,500 files. We literally don't have time to look at all of them, but some really cool stuff. Like you're doing like an end of year teacher gift. I love this shadow box. Oh, little animals are so cute. I feel like it'd be really fun to make some of these animals and make like a little banner, like a little pennant. You could do like a Halloween pennant with like just zombies. Her little shadow boxes are cute. I love these little candy holders. I've never successfully made one, but I really like the idea of them. And then the shadow boxes too. I love those. So cute. This one's really neat. I don't know if I could do it successfully, but it's pretty cute. Anyways, I just wanted you guys to see her page because there's a lot on here. I'll link it too. I'm going to put it in the chat. So if you want to go check it out yourself, you totally can. But yeah, she has a lot of really cute stuff. Let's maybe look at one more page before we move along. Oh, look at that. See, that one is so cool. The cat right here. I love all the colors on those. I know, Emily, the alien. So cute. There's so many cute ones. I like these shadow boxes she does that end up like so colorful, like the swirls. Like, look at that. Oh, Emily, that's awesome. I believe that people would buy shadow boxes like crazy because they look so profesh. Like they end up looking so cool. That one, that is so neat. I love that. The ghost, the ghost, and the television. Oh my gosh. The octopus. See, you get it. They're so cute. I love her little designs. So stinking cute. Okay. I have to stop. I could spend the whole time doing this. I wanted to spend the Delvine. Delvine, you've seen me make a paper craft before, okay? It's a struggle. I'm not good at paper crafts, but maybe I should try one of these. Okay, wait, one more. Look at that. Like, I just love the way she uses color, and I love the way that she layers so it almost looks like stained glass or whatever. Like, I love her style. I think it's really neat. So I wanted to share it with you guys. But alas, it's time for us to make our monster. Kathleen posted in the group, this is probably going to be like a 30-minute live today because there's not a lot to do. It's short. So it's going to be a little short one. So even if you're brand new to layering, hang with because you've got this. Also, everyone, you're all going to get a good glance at my coffee here. Sorry. Okay. Here's the paper one that I made, by the way. I went ahead and cut all my files. I know Wendy. She has so many really cute files. Hi everyone. So this is the paper one that I cut by accident because I forgot that we weren't doing paper this time. But then here's the vinyl one, which I need to weed and layer, and I'm going to put it on this little wood disc. So also, I've been watching How to Train Your Dragon lately because, they're coming out with the live action one. So I was watching it with my kids. And like this just reminded me of How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know. Anyone else or just me? Like these two layers, that was like giving How to Train Your Dragon vibes to me. But anyways, if we have time, we'll layer the paper one at the end. But if you have a laser, side note, I just started cutting all my paper projects on my laser. Game changer. It's so easy. It does singe the paper a bit, but I think it's worth it because the cut is so clean. Like each and every cut line. I don't know. It's just clean. Also, I see some people liking and hearting the live. Thank you for doing that. I forget to say it pretty much every single time, but liking the live, hearting the live, sharing the live, it helps us out a lot. So if you like our lives, just like them or share them because it really does help us a ton. Okay, I'm going to move my mouse out of the way here. Kathleen. Yeah, don't be scared to cut paper on your laser. I thought it was really easy. Justy actually taught me a little trick with cutting paper on the laser, and that is I use like magnets to hold it down when it's cutting. So that way they don't like blow all around inside the laser. But I mean, each layer, I think I cut it in 3 layers or 4 layers or 4 different, you know what I'm trying to say. And each one took like 45 seconds. So it's like so quick, so easy. But I did save the weeding to do together. So we'll have to trim some of these down too because I like cut big pieces. I'm also doing slightly different colors because we're working with what we have. Okay, we're not trying to buy new stuff all the time. And fair warning, I really, really need to sharpen my Cricut blade. So we may have some issues. Gosh, this storm that's coming in is big. Okay, this is our backing layer, I'm pretty sure. I think. Pro tip, when you're layering vinyl, I always pull it up in Cricut Design Space so I can look at it like next to what I'm doing. I just like pull up the layers panel so that I can see what order everything goes in. So actually this layer 2. So sometimes I'm kind of a freak and I do this. I will like put it's not writing. I need like a marker. I will get like a little marker or something and I'll say like what layer it is so that I don't forget, so I can keep track. Some people might call that overkill. I call it just enough kill. All right, let's see. We're gonna do 2 on this one. It doesn't want to write on there, but it should be enough for us to be able to tell. All right, so that's layer 2. I'm gonna make it where I can see my layers panel and you guys at the same time. There we go. Emily, I'm glad you caught that. I call it just enough kill. All right, we're gonna waste some vinyl on this one, but honestly, it's because I'm moving in a month and I'm not about to keep a bunch of vinyl scraps right now because I'm packing. I need someone to buy my house though, so fingers crossed. The home market is not for the weak right now. Let me just tell you that. I also saw a hack where somebody uses baby powder to be able to see where, like on a dark vinyl or like a vinyl where you can't really see your cut lines, they put baby powder on it so you can see like where everything is. And I thought that was brilliant. I've never done it before though. Has anyone else tried that? No, Emily, we're moving to Orlando next month or the next month, depending on when our house sells. We're moving to Orlando. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. I'm starting a grad program in the fall. I'll still be doing all this, so don't worry. I'll still be here. But I am starting grad school, which I am so excited about. This is layer 4. Next. Thank you for putting the DTF printer thing on there. Oh, thank you for your response about layering. Yeah, layering can get thick, which is why, like, when it's honestly, this one is like on the verge. I think any more than this, and I would be just ordering it as a DTF print because then all your color is on one layer. Also, you're about to see something absolutely diabolical, and it is that I didn't measure correctly and I cut off the top of the ears right here. But I decided not to recut it because this layer is going to be like hidden somewhere in the middle and the ears they're going to get covered up anyway. So I was like, it doesn't matter. Who even cares? I am so excited to be in Florida. Barbara, do you like it there? Obviously, I'll be in Central Florida, so I don't get to be close to the ocean, but I get to be close to Disney, and I love me some Disney. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm going to be honest. Also, I hate the cold, like a lot. I hate being cold. Okay, another layer done. This is layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a little 5 on there. Next, we got several layers on this one. We're going to try to weed them all together. Oh, very cool, Barbara. Also, I ended up cutting this on the removable adhesive vinyl setting, and then I just did more pressure because my blade is kind of dull. But typically you could just do this on regular, like removable adhesive vinyl setting. I'm currently playing a game to see how many of these little spots I can pick up without having to clean off my hook. Can I get them all? One more. Ha! I did it. All in one. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Let's just continue on this one. I'm kind of pulling up these little stripes here. Woo. Yes, Alice, good point. Yeah, if you wanted to sublimate this design, you totally could. You could just flatten all the layers together and sublimate. Or you could do the same, flatten them all and do like a print then cut, because printable vinyl is a thing. It exists. So you could do this on printable vinyl. You could send it to dtfprinter.com and have this printed as a DTF or a UV DTF if you wanted to put it on like a tumbler or a hard surface. You could sublimate it. You could flatten it and turn it into a sticker. That's the thing that I feel like I end up preaching. Like, this is my little soapbox. Some of you who are around all the time, you know it's my little soapbox. But I wish more crafters knew just how much you can actually do with each file. Like, even if you don't have a laser cutter, you can use laser cut files for just about anything, because all they are is SVGs. So it's the same with stuff like this. Like, she actually, Digital Gems, she's advertising this file as like a paper cut file, but we're layering vinyl with it. You could also use it as a sticker or sublimation or DTF, or you could laser cut it and do like a layered wood monster, and that would be so cute. There's just so much you can do with any of these files, especially if the creator, the designer, offers it as an SVG. Like, as soon as they offer it as an SVG, your options become like unlimited for what you can do with it, which is pretty cool. Ooh, Delvine, good idea. You totally could digitize and embroider it. So fun. One thing I need to look out for is layer 1, because since we're going to be layering this, I want layer 1 to have a little extra breathing room around it, just to make the layering like a little bit easier. So this is layer 3. Boop. This is layer 8. This is layer 6. And now this one. Ooh, we're going to waste kind of a lot of vinyl on this one. So if you don't like seeing vinyl be wasted, avert your eyes, because we're about to. Literally everyone is showing up at my house right now. Hopefully they don't knock on the door. I think this one on the left is going to be layer 1, because there's nothing internal to cut out of it. That's usually like your cue that that's your bottom layer, because it's just like a base. It's just kind of like the foundation. There's nothing cut out of it. It's for everything else to go on top of. Woo! Weeding. Emily, I'm going to grad school for themed experience, which is kind of like a half engineering, half design program that teaches people how to make like immersive experiences like they do at like theme parks. I just realized I can't leave a lot of breathing room around layer 1 because I got to cut this out. But it's all right. Okay, so there's our bottom layer. Let's get rid of all this trash. All right, and now we layer. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. Oh, I didn't see Peggy's comment. I see Peggy, that is super smart, but I don't see what Peggy said. When I first started vinyl and I have several layers, I add the numbers. Oh, very good idea. So then you actually cut it out. That's really neat and smart. All right, let's layer. I'm going to, wow, sorry, this is so loud. I'm gonna get like a little piece cut off here, and I'm just gonna like have it hanging off my desk a little bit. And then I'm gonna, so we've got this guy. We've got a little sheet that we're gonna work with here. And now we're gonna layer away. So I gotta go find my layer 2. I think he was down here. Yeah, with just his little feet cut out. All right, the other thing I'm gonna do, because otherwise it'll drive me bonkers, is I'm gonna tape. Ooh, where's my tape? All right, I'm gonna tape down. There's a hair tie inside my tape. Hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna tape down my bottom layer just so it doesn't move like while we're trying to do the rest of our layering. Can you guys see if I tape it down right here? Is that all right? Is that too far away? It's great for layering, only a few seconds to 6 down to the next. Oh yeah, Wendy, I totally agree. This is StarCraft, and I feel like StarCraft also does a really great job. But yeah, Cricut Smart Vinyl is really good for layering, but regular Cricut vinyl, I agree, it's not my favorite. So I'm just pressing this down with my hand. You could get fancy with this and like use like a squeegee or whatever, but I don't find that it's super necessary. What I do find is necessary is making like a flat angle when you pull. It just minimizes the amount of bubbles. Okay, let's talk about how you can layer, because there are many hacks out there in the world. My favorite hack, if you have the patience and the time, is the wax paper hack. Because what you do is you like lay a piece of wax paper and then just line up like one little section and then you like pull the rest out. But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you can kind of hack that without actually using any wax paper. Because what I do is I just find one spot that like sticks out from the rest. So in this case, I'm gonna use like this middle horn. And I just make sure that is like perfectly aligned. And as long as that is aligned, and then I like lay that one thing down. As long as that is aligned, everything else should align. And then I just lay it down like a little at a time. And I just kind of lay it all flat. And I get, that's it. So as long as you don't try to like focus on the whole area, you just focus on like that one little spot that you're looking at, you won't have any problems. And then when you peel it away, just make like a super flat angle. And if it starts pulling up, you just like use your little finger to pull it down. No big deal. We're just gonna slowly pull away here. And then I'm about to reuse this sheet of vinyl because honestly, every time you reuse it, it gets easier to do because it won't try to like pull the whole thing up. And I have a little bubble here. So before I move on to my next layer, I'm gonna set this to the side. I'm gonna work this bubble out. So hold on. I need my little squeegee. Also, my sweatshirt is like really long, sorry. Okay. I keep sitting on my own sweatshirt. Okay. So I'm gonna work this little bubble out before we move on because we don't want it to become like a compounding issue. I've crowded myself over here. Got one. Sometimes you can't get it perfect. And you know what? That's okay. We don't care. But I do want to try. There is a bubble right here that is kind of funny. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, that's what we call in the biz. Good enough. All right, on to the next. So number 3 is this one with like the little, oh, he's cute. Okay, so same piece of vinyl. Probably gonna work with this same piece of vinyl, honestly, the whole time, because the more we work with it, the easier it's gonna be to like pull it up without pulling up the whole decal. We love that. Ooh, Emily, I did not know that. Should I try? I'm just worried it's gonna like put a big hole in it. It kind of scares me. Explain how you do that because I'm scared. I just made a crease on this layer and that's kind of stressing me out, but that's okay. I'm going to use the horn again to be like my little guide here. Ooh, a little off, a little off. We got a little off to the side, but I still think it's going to be fine. So I'm just pulling really slowly. I'm making that flat angle again. If it tries to peel up, I'm just pulling it down with my fingers. A pin pen. Oh, that makes sense, honestly, because you're kind of like popping it. And especially if it's not the top layer, it's like it's not going to matter because you're not going to see that little pin prick that you made. So that's honestly brilliant. All right. Little hole. There's a little bubble right there. And another one right there. Okay. 4. This guy. Dun, dun, dun. Continuing on. I'm going to use, again, the same piece of vinyl. Are you shocked? You shouldn't be. All right. I'm going to use the horn to line it up again. I also find that like if you peel slower, you end up with less bubbles. And maybe that's just in my head, but I don't know. I just feel like that's true. Whoa, I just saw a big one. I see it on the camera. I saw it on the camera, but I didn't see it like in person. That was crazy. Okay, 5 is this white one. This is the one where I jacked up the ears, but it's not going to matter because they're going to get covered up. Oh, he's looking cute. The ears look so funny because they're cut off. This is where I get sloppy. When it gets to this point, this is usually where I start to like go too fast and make mistakes. We're going to try not to do that. Okay, this one. This whole time, I'm just lining it up by that same exact horn in the top middle. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, he's coming together. He's thick. This is so many layers. This is maybe beyond what I would typically layer. This is a lot. Like he's just getting so tall and thick. This is Style Tech brand, medium tack. So it comes in different like tackiness, I guess is the right word. And this is the medium tack. I think it's the best for just like everyday projects. He is so cute, Wendy. Okay, let's see. This part I can't align by the horn, so I'm using just this little, ooh, almost dropped it. I'm using this like top little curvature right here. Just lining up the holes this time. Nice. That was pretty good right there. Oh my goodness. He's really coming together. That is the magic, Emily, same wavelength. That is the magic of layering vinyl is I love seeing like the finished product come together. Okay, we're on the last layer. Don't mess it up. my goodness. Okay, he's really cute. And I'm going to keep this piece of transfer tape to transfer my whole project onto my little piece of wood here. Trash, trash, trash. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. We only need you. So I'm going to put him on this little, I think he is family of Sully as well. We're going to put him on this little wood thing. And then I could like personalize it with a name or paint around him or whatever. So now we're going to pick up the whole thing. So I'm going to put my whole piece of transfer tape down again. And now we actually get to do the thing that we've been trying to prevent this whole time, which is letting it peel up the whole thing. This is why having a backing layer rocks, because it makes this part so much easier. Yes. Okay. Let me get it on here and then I'll tell you guys how you could order this on DTF printer. We'll actually walk through it. So here he is. I'm going to put him right in the middle. Okay, wait. We got to align this. I'm actually going to put him up towards the top so I could put a name underneath if I want to. Oh my goodness. He's really cute. That looks really cute. Okay, hold on. Look at it. Oh. He's so cute. But look how thick it is. Oh, no, I don't know if you can see from the side. Can you see how much he sticks off? It kind of makes it look really neat, actually, because it looks 3D a little bit in person, which is kind of a cool effect for something like this, for like a piece of wall art or something. So, love. Let me show you, though, per the request, how you could order this on DTF printer if you wanted to. So, we're actually going to take like, we're going to spend like 5 minutes on this because I want to show you some cool stuff. I got to get this tape off my desk. It's going to drive me nuts. Give me just a second. Oh my goodness. I'm just getting like tiny little strips of that piece of tape instead of the whole piece of tape, and it's driving me nuts. Come on. Oh my gosh. I may have to give up. That piece of tape is permanent now, actually. That one came up just fine. So what's wrong with you? And I chipped my nail. Fabulous. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Okay. Let me show you Delphine. I need to. Look at it. It's ready to be drunk. Okay, let me show you guys how you could order this on dtfprinter.com. Let's stop this. And let's share our screen. Hold on. Hold, please. Getting it pulled up. All right. 1 second. Oh, Emily, good thought. I need to get like my painter's tape or something and just pull it. Okay. There you go. Now you can see. Okay, so let's pretend like I wanted to order this as just a DTF. So I didn't have to worry about layering all the vinyl. I didn't have to worry about cutting it with a machine. I didn't have to worry about any of that. So I just pressed a button. Okay, but I'm still here. But what if I want to customize it still? Because I love the idea of like having the name underneath the monster. Let me show you how to do it. So we're going to go to Craft Designer, which is included in an Unlimited Plus membership. If you don't have an Unlimited Plus membership, you need one. And then we're going to go to Import Image. And we're going to pull in, you can't see this part because it's like me pulling in the file. but I'm going to go pull the file in. Oh, okay. So Origami Girl asking about what is DTF. So DTF, I'll kind of explain it more in just a second. But DTF is basically like a printed transfer that you can iron on directly to anything fabric. So it's kind of like sublimation, but you're not limited to a specific kind of shirt. So you don't have to use it on only polyester. You don't have to use it on just light colors. You can use DTF on any fabric you can heat press on, but it uses like a special technology to print your transfer in full color on one layer. So it prevents you from having to cut vinyl, weed vinyl, layer vinyl. It prevents you from having to have a machine. You just upload your design. It gets mailed to you as a full color transfer, and then you just iron it on. So it's a game changer. It's awesome. DTF is for fabric craft, but there's also UV DTF, which is for hard surfaces. So you could do the exact same process for making tumblers, mugs, cups, wall hangings like we did here today, stickers, bumper stickers, vinyl decals, literally anything. So we're going to use pixel mode because that's what you use for DTF. Here's my design. She's cute. We've seen her, but I really just want to add the name underneath because that's what I want on my transfer. So in Craft Designer, I can just go add text. I'm going to pick this font and let's make it smaller. We'll do Henry. That's my son's name. I actually like it in black, so we'll keep it simple. But in Craft Designer, you can do all sorts of edits. So like I could come in here and I could give it like a bend if I wanted to kind of make it match like the curvature right here. You can turn it a little bit. Overlap, leave it under. You could even give it like an outline if you want to like make it pop a little bit more. Literally whatever you want to do. So I don't like it with the outline though, so we're going to get rid of that. Go away. Okay, so here's my design that I've now made. Yay. I'm going to download it, but bigger. Download. And then we go to dtfprinter.com. So here we are, dtfprinter.com. And then I'm just going to create my transfer. I want it to be regular DTF. It tells you right here that's for apparel and fabrics, or I could do UV DTF if I wanted it to be like for hard surfaces. Upload my file. I'm going to grab the one I just downloaded, which is the one that I just made. Emily, I have not done that, but I've heard that you can. I know that you can press DTF onto wood. So surely you could do it on a blank painter's canvas too. And then Barbara's asking, do you have to change anything on the design to use the DTF process? No. You could literally just upload it exactly as is if you wanted to. I was just going through the process of messing with it in Craft Designer so you could see that you could customize it if you wanted to. Hey, Ashley. How do you upload purchased fonts from design models to Silhouette on MacBook? Oh, so Ashley, that's actually kind of a weird process. I'll be honest with you. And I don't use Silhouette. I only have used Cricut. So I don't know that I could tell you exactly, but I could probably point you in the direction of a YouTube video that would show you. Sorry, that's not more helpful, but let me see if I can find a YouTube video on that for you. So it's uploaded now. I can also come in and say exactly, oh, I didn't download it big enough. Okay, I was dumb. I did not download it big enough. I should have downloaded it bigger. That would be just me coming back here and downloading it in a bigger size. So like really maybe like 4,000 by 4,000 would probably be better. So I'm going to re-upload it actually as a bigger size. Here's the new one. Okay, much better, much bigger. So now I could download it even bigger if I wanted to do some of these other things. But in dtfprinter.com, you can select from some like common blank choices just to see, like, just to get your size correct. So like if I wanted to put it on a hat, I could just select hats. If I wanted to put it on like a kid's shirt, I could just select that. But you can also go to advanced size settings and change it manually if you already know exactly the size that you need. So let's say I wanted to make like stuff for my son's birthday party. Okay, so I've got a t-shirt for him. I can duplicate it and also make like a little bag. Maybe I want to make him like a little tote bag. I could also come in and say, and I want everyone who comes to get a hat. So we want 4 of those. Actually, we'll do 5 of those. Kind of trying to give you an idea on price. And then I also want a pocket tee like for myself. And then I also want a onesie. I want a onesie. I don't need that many pocket tees. Okay, so we're going to make a t-shirt for him, a tote bag for him, a hat for all his friends, a shirt for me, and a shirt for his little sister. So we've got everything that we need. Now we just go to review order, and DTF printer will automatically like optimize where everything is placed on the gang sheet to save you the most money, which is awesome. So for all of that, it's $10.80. That's it. That's why I tell people all the time that DTF is a game changer because it's so inexpensive. Like if you wanted to start a craft business, I would be like, do DTF. Do DTF, do UV DTF. You can learn how to design your own files. You can use Craft Designer to design your own files from scratch. Illustrate AI paired with Craft Designer is like, you could make all your own designs, upload them here, and make like a million things. And it would be so easy. Barbara, yeah, you could do a coaster size. Like you could select one of these that's close to that, or you could just go to advanced size settings and just literally type in, I want it to be 4.25 by 4.25 or whatever it would be. You'd have to unlock your thing here because my design is not a square. So that's why it's not doing it like that, but you could just type it in. Right, Alice. Yeah. So you don't have to use those pre-chosen ones. You can just type it in. So like I could say, I want it to be a pocket that's 4x4, which is kind of like the typical size of a pocket. But you might say, well, I know I only want it to be 3.5. So you could just come in and do that and it'd be fine. So yeah, that is DTF. And you could totally do that if you didn't want to layer all the vinyl. But let me grab our little thing to show you guys again. Here's our finished craft along file. Kathleen, is it too late for them to vote for June? Is June up yet? No, it's not there yet, is it? I'm speaking out of turn. Have we released what the theme is for June yet? Help me out, because I'm excited about that one too, and you don't want to miss it. If you're not in our Design Bundles Besties group, make sure you are in it so that you can vote for the next one. Okay, well, I'll just tease it, and I will say that even though I don't like paper crafts, I'm really excited about the June craft along. So join the group. Oh, they already know the theme. Okay, well, that's less exciting, but that's fine. Okay, so June is shadow boxes. I'm so excited about it. So make sure you're in the Design Bundles Besties group. We've linked it in the chat so that when we give you options on which file to choose, you can vote for your favorite. Also, if you're curious about this pipeline, like Illustrate AI, Craft Designer, DTF situation, then we just made a YouTube video this week that will probably go live in the next few weeks or so. Once we edit it, that is all about how to do that. So make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube also. Okay, friends, it has been a fun craft along, and I will see you back here next time. We'll be back next Friday for our regularly scheduled programming. Bye, everyone.